We are not ignorant of Satan's devices. First and foremost, I want to give all the honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, RAWACHAA, QADASH. Double honors to my elders at Great Millstone. Single honors to the elect. Peace and blessings be to all the sons of men, women, and children that consist of the one-third, and to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth, Shalom. Don't want to make this long, but I do want to make my points. This is Johnson&Johnson. Article about Johnson&Johnson, I apologize. And I'm going to leave all the links of these articles in the description box for you to read for yourself, but I want to touch on some key points now. Johnson&Johnson monster doc injected black prisoners with asbestos and paid them $10. When I say black, I'm talking about Israelites, all right? Judahites from the tribe of Judah, all right? Article was published March 9th, 2022, all right? It says pharma giant Johnson&Johnson is accused of funding a 1970s prison experiment on a group of mostly black, or should I say Israelite, Pennsylvanian prisoners to determine whether it was safe to use asbestos and talcum powder. Although knowledge of these controversial experiments conducted by Dr. Albert, really y'all, all these ads, Dr. Albert Kligman, a University of Pennsylvania dermatologist, has been in the public domain for years, Johnson & Johnson's involvement has just come to light. You notice how they do these experiments like 40, 50 years prior, then the information comes out, it's like, yeah, we apologize. Like the Tuskegee experiment, right? Like Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood, the eugenics project, right? Research that. As per reports, the inmates at Holmesburg Prison in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, were offered $10 to $300 in today's money, equivalent to between $100 to $2,500, to take part in the study. However, they were likely unaware. You know they wasn't aware. Really, y'all? Of the significant health risks. Participants of the study were injected with asbestos and talc, a powder that forms the base of Johnson & Johnson's iconic baby powder product, to determine if the mineral could be safely used without causing negative reactions. Wow. Studies have shown that asbestos is an extremely dangerous chemical that can cause lung cancers, among other conditions. We're talking about Johnson & Johnson, right? I'm not going to speak too much. Just connect the dots, people, and it will lead you to the money. Follow the rainbow, you will find the pot of gold at the end with the leprechaun eating Lucky Charms. Jokey joke. Another article, NPR.org, published October 21st, 2021. Johnson & Johnson is using a bankruptcy maneuver to block lawsuits over baby powder cancer claims. I wonder why. Johnson & Johnson is drawing criticism after using a controversial bankruptcy maneuver to block roughly 38,000 lawsuits linked to claims that its talc baby powder was contaminated with cancerous asbestos. Really? The health products giant used a quirk of Texas state law to spin off a new company called LTL, then dumped all its asbestos-related liabilities, including the avalanche of lawsuits, into the new firm. You see how they did that? Wow. People say that Donald Trump is a great businessman. No, he's a terrible businessman as when it comes to investments, but he knows how to keep money. Because he used all different types of clauses and used all different types of bankruptcies so that he won't be able. Like, prime example, I think when 50 Cent was getting ready to be sued or something, he filed for bankruptcy. People said, he broke, he had the money. No. If you file for certain bankruptcies, certain venues or there's certain equity that can't be touched in the court of law, especially if you're on the investigation of a certain type of bankruptcy. So if somebody was to get some type of payment, they wouldn't be able to get it for years until it's over with. So during that time, the individual can have other companies, not in their name, but they're investing it and they're making more money. And then maybe 4 or 5 years down the line, they probably pay out that payment if the individual continues to pursue for that lawsuit. Anyways, continuing on with Johnson & Johnson. Now, as we segue over, what do you see on the screen, people, as it loads up? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. This is an article from J&J.com themselves, Johnson&Johnson. Johnson&Johnson CD19 vaccine authorized by U.S. FDA for emergency use, first single-shot vaccine and fight against global pandemic. Now, you've heard of what I said in the past two articles if you wasn't reading it with me. So once again, I'm going to leave these articles in the description box, and you can read them for yourself. But notice 50 years ago. Notice about the bankruptcy, and then notice what's happening today. Who could you possibly trust in a time like this? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And I have one more before I close out. This is Job 13 and 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. With that being said, pray you was edified and fed. Stay in the spirit. Don't fear it. Just endure it. Ask for forgiveness. Pray without ceasing. Stay humble. Remain diligent. Kwam YAHAWAH. More flip a ball. Shalom.